Hey, you probably have heard of a sourdough, but I'm not sure if you heard of a Poolish. I'm going to show you how to make Poolish now. It's super simple. We are just going to be adding a little bit of yeast, less than a gram, and we're going to be mixing that with equal parts of flour and water, just like you would do with a sourdough, except that you don't add yeast to a sourdough. A Poolish basically takes around 24 hours to make, and it's going to add a lot of flavor to your bread. Any sourdough recipe you have, you can just replace the sourdough with Poolish. I really find Poolish excellent for baguettes or just in general when I want to have a really white bread that has a strong yeasty flavor to it. I love baking with Poolish. I normally never use yeast. I almost always make a Poolish. And something good to know about a Poolish, you can actually take it, store it in the fridge, refeed it. You no longer have to buy yeast. So that's it. I mix it together, equal parts of water and flour, and let's wait. So next morning, I made this in the evening. You can see there's already some bubbles inside. The yeast is starting to reproduce, but here it did not rise that much. Let's have a look in another 4 hours. And you see it increased in size, and look at how nice and bubbly it is. But it's still not ready. I always wait 24 hours. Let's check it out in the evening. And here we go in the evening. It rose nicely, it doubled in size, and it looks nice and bubbly, and the smell is so good. Now I'm just going to show you how you actually add your Poolish to your bread. So in this case, I'm just making a regular white bread. And I'm also even going to add a little bit of additional yeast. You don't have to do this. Your Poolish is just fine. It just takes a little bit longer then. But in my case, I wanted to bake bread in around 2 hours after mixing everything together. So that's why I've been adding a little bit of yeast, but this is definitely not recommended. Not required, sorry. So yeah, you see me adding some additional yeast, but just wait it out. That's totally okay too. Try it. Try replacing the sourdough with a Poolish, especially when you want to make something like baguettes. It's really good.